What's going on, everyone? I am excited today because we get to dive into some games with the brand new LEIA. Now, this one is basically like the REY, where you get to pass around some experience, a little bit more restrictive in some and a little bit less restrictive in other areas. So we're going to see what we can do. A huge thank you to my patrons over on Patreon, guys. We are just about to start another tournament, which is going to be a ton of fun. So thank you so much. It's been an absolute blast to talk about all these spoilers with everyone. But what do we got going on, guys? LEIA, pay one, disclose an aspect that's not villainy. And if you do, you can give an experience token to a unit that doesn't share an aspect with a disclosed card. So this is actually a really interesting deck building kind of constraint. So initially I was like, oh, this is going to be very easy. But when you start to look into it, let's say you have a turn one, like Cassian, Vigilance, Heroism. Well, if I have, let's say, Battlefield Marine, I can't actually disclose Battlefield Marine to give an experience token to Cassian because they share Heroism. So you actually need a lot of monocolored cards, things like Fell the Dragon or Protect the Pod or Resupply or Timely or Legal Authority, which don't share those heroism aspects, which are a lot of the units that we're playing. Or the reverse is true, which is, you know, play like Axe Woves, which doesn't share that heroism aspect, so I can disclose the Battlefield Marine. So there are a couple of turn one plays that I'm playing over other cards because I wanted to split up the command and vigilance aspects. There's also removal that I'm playing just because of the, again, splitting up command and heroism aspects and vigilance aspects, which is a really, really interesting deck building requirement. Now, in terms of new cards that we're running, we are playing with a new Cassian. Seems like a very high value unit to be able to just not really die to other units, but be able to grow pretty large in theory. Then also your Chandrillin Sponsor, which is a nice little restorer. I think Lothwolf is going to be excellent if you can make this a 4/4 Sentinel and continue to grow it. That seems really, really obnoxious. And we also have cards like Axe Woes from old sets that are just going to get super, super high value. But we're just going to see if we can just load up experience tokens across random units and see if that's good enough to pull off a win with this LEIA. She does deploy a 6 resource 4/7, so high stat line that is going to keep giving experience tokens out. So it seems like a pretty solid sort of mid-range style leader that I'm looking to get some value out of. Let's dive into some games and see if this is going to do some work. All right, game number one here with the LEIA Data Vault. Mulligan this one, no turn one plays, which we have a lot of them in our deck. So we'll see what we've got. Against Tarkentown, Vader, honestly, Cassian seems like a great turn one play, so I'm kind of hoping for that. But we'll see what we end up picking up here. I hope I get a turn one play. I mean, it is crazy if I don't get a turn one play. How many turn one plays in this deck do I have? Okay, there is a couple turn one plays here. I'm imagining my opponent is not going to have a bunch of ground units, so I'm not a huge fan of the Akbar, nor am I a fan of the Lothwolf here. I'm going to go with the Chandrillin Sponsor, and we'll see what my opponent decides to do here. But how many turn one plays do we have? We have 15 in the deck. Yeah, I mean, that is unlikely for us to miss. 15 turn one plays in the deck. Let's go ahead and drop in the Chandrillin Sponsor. They've got the Kajimi Patrollers. We're going to go ahead and claim initiative. There's the Cassian. There's the Cassian. I think Cassian's going to be pretty weak here. I'm going to go with the Resupply. And I mean, it looks like we're racing, right? We're going to pass. If they decide to just claim, that's fine. They much would rather, you know, do their thing, right? And put a bunch of units on board. I mean, Victor Leader is amazing in this spot. Protect the Pod doesn't really quite do it. Obi-Wan is pretty bad here. So I think what we'll do is disclose the Protect the Pod to get an experience token off on the Chandrillin Sponsor and then knock out the Victor Leader. So they can attack with Victor Leader, which I think is what they should do here. Unless they have an answer to this Chandrillin Sponsor, which would really stink. If they have an answer, it's going to be brutal. We'll kill the Victor Leader off here. And then next turn, I mean, we do have the LEIA deploy, which is nice. But I'm really hoping to pick up like something pretty powerful here to get us rolling in the game. Couple of really small units and then like things that are really just specifically good for, you know, the ground arena. Darth Vader was an incredible play as well. My opponent just has an absolute banger of a hand, which, you know, sometimes you just can't do much about that. Ooh, and Darth Vader up against Axe Woves is also just pretty incredible. Again, like we are up against a matchup where we need to race them, and a lot of our units and stuff are like Obi-Wan and Akbar, which doesn't do anything against anything. It's like full space strategy, right? This is where the sideboard would come in, or like perimeter ATRT or Lothwolf. Like none of these cards do like basically anything for us, which is kind of the problem here, but that's okay. That's okay. We're going to deploy LEIA for sure, and we're going to keep getting some experience tokens over on this axe, which is going to be awesome. We can potentially race. I mean, oh, they have a clone combat squadron. Wow, what a hand. I mean, Victor Leader turn 2, the double turn 1 space unit, plus the Darth Vader to knock out my unit. I mean, that is just a disgusting hand. Absolutely incredible. That was a fantastic draw, though. I mean, it does not get a whole lot better than Rivals Fall here. I mean, that might give us an out to this game. I'm going to risk it and let them see if they want to deploy Vader, because we technically are really close to lethal here. But I'd imagine they'd want to deploy Vader to try to win the game. And now we can go Rivals Fall and Clone Combat Squadron. And that might actually win us the game. That was an incredible draw up against what my opponent had. It was a really solid hand, to be honest. Data Vault. Data Vault might get us there. I mean, Axe also really pulling some weight here. Just an absolute... Ooh. Okay, so they have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 15 damage. Do they have another pump effect? Overwhelming Barrage doesn't quite do it, right? Oh no, this could deal 1 damage to a base with the Darth Vader, right? So that Overwhelming Barrage would do it. I mean, we don't have... I mean, we're gonna... I guess we all tack in, because it's not like it really matters, but... they can't play Overwhelming Barrage because of 3 resources, so they have to have something that would get to the finish line. Oh, we barely got there. Wow. GG. I mean, we raced with a pretty weak hand. That was a crazy game. What did we play on turn 2? What did we? Oh, Resupply. Yeah, Resupply was a great turn 2. Plus we had the experience token plus Protect the Pod, which was a great interaction. If we didn't have that for the Protect the Pod, that would have been over. And then of course the absolute clutch Rivals Fall. Like if we didn't have Rivals Fall, the game would have been completely over as well. So very, very close situation there. My opponent had a great curve out, right? Kajimi Patrollers into the Victor Leader, into Darth Vader to knock out my Restorer. Like that was a great curve out, especially with what we had in hand. But Rivals Fall, that was the key. That was the key right there. GG. Next up, we've got a Governor Price green deck. This one's going to be interesting. I'm going to keep this hand. I do have the Protect the Pod plus the Chandrillin Sponsor. I mean, I can protect the Chandrillin Sponsor here, which is really, really nice, up against, you know, my opponent's deck, which is probably going to be loaded with a bunch of really, really cheap units. I'm going to resource the Fel and the Obi-Wan Kenobi. We're going to have multiple Sentinels here. It's going to be really tough for my opponent to kind of cut through. I mean, the Lothwolf may just die at an undisclosed point, but we can keep loading it up with experience tokens with our current hand. Protect the Pod, really key here. If this was like a takedown, my hand would be kind of bad. But with this being something that I can actually... Ooh. It's not over yet, huh? Just to create a spy token. This changes my decision. I'm going to go Chandrillin Sponsor so I can knock out the spy token since it doesn't die to my opponent's unit. And Sabine's Masterpiece also looks pretty good. I'm going to resource the Protect the Pod now. Because although I think it can kill, I think the legal authority is actually going to be really good here. So we'll see what my opponent decides to do. But I like the Sabine's Masterpiece quite a bit. Interesting. All right, they're gonna go heavy on the spy tokens here, huh? I mean, they can do that for sure. I'm gonna go Lothwolf, and I'm going to disclose to get an experience token over on my Lothwolf, and then we'll pass. Blue leader, I mean, that looks pretty decent. Reinforcement walker also looks pretty decent. I think I'm just going to resource the perimeter ATRT because I'm going to go Sabine's Masterpiece plus experience token and then blue leader next turn to ambush something on the ground. I mean, my opponent has basically done nothing this game. They've made a bunch of 0-2s, not affected the board. I mean, this is the problem with the 0-2s is if you just have 0-2s, then you need to be attacking, but you have too many units to have to, you know, attack with, to the point where you're actually not getting any value out of them because they just die because of your, you know, inability to use all your actions in a row. Whereas, you know, I just have to get in one action to knock out a spy token. So this game looks pretty good for us so far. We will knock out their units here. And then, I mean, I'm not really sure what my opponent can do here. I mean, we can even go blue leader here. I'm going to go Sabine's Masterpiece. But yeah, I mean, this is pretty gross for my deck here. Let's go ahead and reveal the legal authority to drop an experience token over on the Sabine's Masterpiece. We do have blue leader, which and Anakin. I mean, Anakin looks actually pretty weak here. I like Axe a lot. I'm actually going to keep Axe. That could be just a win con in of itself. We'll see what my opponent decides to do here, though. Attack base. They're going to have us deal some indirect damage to some of our units here. We'll take 1 and 1 here. I'm going to go with blue leader. Ambush. Do I want to pay resources? I guess I do, because I want to keep it alive so I can get the Sabine's Masterpiece trigger. Another Dengar. I mean, this game is ridiculously over. I don't really know what my opponent can do here. I mean, it's pretty over. Let's be honest now. Oh, geez. We could play Axe, give it an experience token, deploy LEIA, put legal authority on, give Axe another experience token. I mean, this is pretty nasty. It's pretty nasty. I'm going to just pump up the Axe here. I don't see a reason not to. If they want to keep stalling here, we're going to use all of our actions to do everything that we possibly could ever want. Let's attack. We could heal, give an experience token over to Axe. Attack, give an experience token over to Axe. If they pass again, we'll just claim. Just claim. Don't need to do anything special here. We just used up basically all of our resources. We did a bunch of things. We have a 9/9 shielded. They did nothing. I don't really know how they could win at all. That is GG. That was a pretty disgusting game, to be honest. But that's just because they start with a bunch of spy tokens, which really just doesn't do a whole lot, to be honest. It's good in certain circumstances, but when you start with just spy tokens, that's why I start with a Chandelier sponsor myself. I can just knock out your spy tokens for basically free. Like, I'm just, you know, and especially in a deck like mine where I want to be able to get into the mid game. Yeah, this is pretty good. Alrighty, next up we've got Mon Mothma double green here. I'm gonna keep this. I'm gonna resource one of the Fells and probably this Luke. I'm gonna go with Alliance Dispatcher, and we'll see what my opponent has. They've got LEIA. Okay, they're gonna ready a resource. All right, I'm going to reveal the Fell the Dragon, get an experience token over on the Alliance Dispatcher. They've got a Populist Advisor here. Ooh, Perimeter ATRT looks pretty good here, to be honest. I think Cassie's just going to be the resource. I'm just going to play the Perimeter ATRT. 3/5 Sentinel. It's going to be pretty nice. With my hand, I can give it experience tokens with the legal authority, which is going to be great. And then I can keep getting value from this Alliance Dispatcher as we go up the curve. Next turn, it's possible I will want to go ahead and... okay, they're just going to hit into the Perimeter ATRT, huh? Interesting. Yeah, interesting. I mean, not a bad play. Not a bad play. Rivals Fall, Luke, Fell the Dragon. You just get rid of the Fell at this point. Let's just go ahead and reveal the legal authority again. Give an experience token over the Perimeter ATRT. It's going to be kind of a nice little value piece here. Yeah, I'm just going to attack into the Populist Advisory. They've got Bail, so we will just go ahead and I suppose we'll just attack into base here. They're going to claim initiative. Okay, I'm going to go Legal Authority. Actually, I'm just going to go Chandrillin Sponsor. I don't know if I particularly care about my opponent killing off my perimeter ATRT. It's already gotten so much value so far that I don't think it matters whatsoever. All right, let's go ahead and play the Sabine's Masterpiece for my hand. They can play Mon Mothma here. They can play like their Chancellor Palpatine or whatever they decided to put in their deck. I'd assume they put Palpatine. Yep, they put Palpatine in their deck. Seems reasonable to me. Let's go ahead and hit a spy token, and we'll see what my... I think I'll just go Legal Authority on the Sabine's Masterpiece to yoink the spy token, the other spy token, and then we will just go ahead and reveal Luke Skywalker to give an experience token over to... Oh, I just trolled, huh? Whoops. I forgot that these are all heroism cards. Whoops. That was a mistake. All right. Yeah, don't do that, guys. That was bad. Yeah, so my opponent, we should have an upgraded unit, and they should not, but that is totally okay. Let's go ahead and play the Luke, though, from our hand, kill off Mon Mothma, and I'm not really sure what my opponent can do at this point. I mean, it is going to be really, really tough to kind of get anything done here. Let's go ahead and heal 2, give an experience token over to the Alliance Dispatcher. They've got R2, which is cool and all, but it's not really does anything. We'll deploy Leia. I mean, I could hit their base and ignore, but I think I'd rather just, reveal the rival's fall, give an experience token over to the Alliance Dispatcher, I suppose. Okay, claim. Okay. This seems pretty good for us, to be honest. Yeah, kill off the Palpatine. Again, I could hit their base, but I mean, in double green, Unity of Purpose is a card. So, like, if I do ignore them for too long, I mean, I could probably just win the game. I could win the game in many, many different ways at this point. So I'm not really too worried about it. But, yeah, let's go ahead and just... I mean, I suppose I'll just play Anakin, gives the Palpatine -3/-3. I mean, again, it doesn't really matter. I can hit, reveal the Reinforcement Walker, give, I guess, Luke an experience token, attack, heal 2 from the base. Yeah, I mean, the game is so over. It's disgusting. Like, yeah, there's a Mon Mothma. It's just so over. We can win the game at this point just by attacking into base. I can even Rivals Fall this just to be a little more extra salty. GG. Little bit of cool little official deck here. I like the Palpatine, but the Alliance Dispatcher start was incredible. The Primary ATRT just completely blocked and was extremely big threat throughout. So pretty good stuff. Alrighty, into the next matchup, and we just bulk into hand with no turn 1 plays. And you know what? I mean, 8 drops, 9 drops, Perimeter ATRT. Not exactly what I think is going to be good up against Piet. That said, we're going to try our best. I think I'm going to resource the Bo-Katan, and we're just going to pass. I mean, they're probably just going to claim initiative, and yeah, that's totally fine. Not like we really had anything else that we could potentially do. Now, I think... I think I'm going to... My hand is so bad up against Piet. I do not know how we win this game. All right, let's go Chandrillin Sponsor, and let's reveal the Reinforcement Walker to go ahead and put an experience token on and pass. All right, Desolation of Hoth. Probably not going to be a card that does anything in this matchup, and they're going to be able to drop like Resupply Carrier this turn or Traitorous. I mean, to be honest, Traitorous doesn't really do a whole lot in this particular spot, so I'm not really concerned about that. We will reveal, and I mean, next turn we can go Blue Leader, kill off their Chandrillin Sponsor. Honestly, not too bad. Not too bad. I don't mind this spot that we're in. Resource the Loth Wolf. We're gonna go with Blue Leader here. Honestly, they'll probably take out the Sabine's Masterpiece with something or another. I mean, they can play a 7 drop. If they deploy Piet, they can play an 8 drop. that can be so many different cards. They're going to start playing Avengers and Devastators. This is one of those situations where, oh wow, that's actually pretty devastating. Yeah. Wow. Overwhelming Barrage onto my unit here. They'll probably just attack and then we'll claim. I mean, again, this is a horrible matchup. I don't know how we ever really win in this particular game, but you know, we're gonna do our best. We're gonna do our best. Again, they have 9-drop. They can play an Avenger. If they play an Avenger, the game is over. I have like, I mean, I know I could draw like Fell the Dragon, but I'd have to draw Fell the Dragon and then like wait another turn cycle to play Reinforcement Walker. I mean, this is just missing a turn 1 play is exceptionally weak. We could disclose the Reinforcement Walker yet again to get an experience token over on the Loth Wolf. We could go ahead and deploy LEIA. We can play Akbar, take out the phase 3. We can reveal, I guess we could reveal the Reinforcement Walker to give an experience token over to LEIA herself, and then we'll pass. Takedown, I mean, I guess Takedown could do something here. The Bo-Katan just doesn't seem like it's going to do anything up against big capital ships. I mean, my opponent hasn't played a single capital ship. And there's the Devastator, which is what I was referring to earlier. And yeah, I don't really know how we're going to be able to get anything done at this point in the game. The Devastator, unless we draw like Fell the Dragon or something, we just can't deal with the Devastator. Anakin, I mean, it can shrink down a unit, but not really something that we can get a ton of value out of. Legal Authority doesn't do anything against the Devastator. We need to be in a situation where we can pick up a Fell the Dragon or a Rival's Fall or something of that note. Yeah. They're gonna play Lobot. I mean, I guess we'll just kill the Lobot. They're gonna attack for 10. We're gonna claim. Again, Vanquish is pretty bad for us. We need to find something. Okay, I mean, honestly, the timely Reinforcement Walker isn't the worst. Resupply, discard, trigger ambush, kill Piet, discard. I mean, we got to heal 6, but we still have yet to find a removal for this. I mean, we just have to claim initiative, right? Because they can just kill us with the Devastator triggers or attack. So, I mean, this is just a horrible game for us. I don't really know how we win against like the more villainy powerhouses here. They've got Malevolence, and I mean, that's GG. No Fell the Dragons, no Rivals Fall, and good game. Alrighty, into the next game. We got ourselves Barris on the opposing side of the battlefield. I'm gonna keep this because I can give an experience token over to this Alliance Dispatcher. I'm a little bit concerned with, you know, what my opponent could be doing here with the Barris Blue. They could have a lot of different cards, but generally with Barris Blue, you're going to be playing Secretive Sage, Karis, and things like that. So I don't think Alliance Dispatcher will be dying. If they do happen to have, you know, something like a Power of the Dark Side on turn 2, then so be it. I mean, they would have been able to Power Dark Side any turn 1 play, so not like that really changes anything. Oh boy, that is real bad. So no forced turn 1 play. I mean, I'm going to give it an experience token, but it's not like that's going to change anything. Yeah, I was expecting like Karis, Secretive Sage, those types of cards to come down. Maybe a Night Sister Warrior, but yeah, just to trigger the force, right? This one's just going to be chilling. Waiting for my opponent to, you know, actually play the game here. Blue leader, guess we'll just resource it. I mean, we're just going to lose our Alliance Dispatcher, which is fine. I mean, it's not the worst, but not great for us, for sure. I mean, I assume, oh, wow, okay, they're going to attack base. I'm a little bit surprised on that one, to be honest. That's really good for us. You know, now we can get to go perimeter ATRT here on turn 2. And then the following turn, I mean, there's a lot of options on the following turn. Lurking time. Ooh, that's really nice, actually. That's really good for us. Wow, I mean, I don't know if it can get better than the lurking tie here. Because we're going to be able to go blue leader, ambush, kill the lurking tie, and then bring it down to the ground arena as a... Yeah, that's just incredible. Them not killing the Alliance Dispatcher is crazy. Now, even if they did kill the Alliance Dispatcher, we would have played the blue leader. But we wouldn't have been able to ambush the TIE Phantom. I mean, that's kind of insane. Boba Fett's armor, huh? I mean, I'm going to attack the Aura Sing because now if they attack perimeter ATRT, it's just a trade. Yeah, this game's going fantastically. Independent Smuggler, huh? Okay. Let's get rid of the Rivals Fall here. And you know what? I think what we'll do... I can keep kind of knocking out all of my opponent's units, which I think is what I'm going to do. I'm just going to kill the Independent Smuggler, and then I'm going to play Axe, and then the Admiral Akbar with the Alliance Dispatcher. I know it seems a little bit odd, but... I mean, I don't really see... Like, if we get to LEIA deploy, our units are far stronger than theirs, I'd imagine, in the Barrows deck. But I haven't seen a single Force unit so far. Rush Clovis, huh? Okay, we're going to go Axe. And then I will go ahead and play Akbar to deal 4 to that unit. Pass. Got ourselves an Obi-Wan, Battlefield Marine, Rivals Fall. I mean, I think I'm just going to resource the Battlefield Marine because I'm either going to go Experience, Protect the Pod, LEIA deploy, or, I mean, I guess I'll just take out the Rush here. Just 1 damage with the Akbar. Power the Dark Side and can take care of that unit here. I mean, I guess I can play Obi-Wan and then give Obi-Wan an Experience token. Oh, they have a second Power of the Dark Side. Okay, I was going to say, we just get 2 experience over on Axe. He's going to become a 7/7. We get another experience over on Axe. He's going to 9/9. Attack with LEIA. He's going to be an 11/11. And that would have been like the finisher, right? That's an 11, 16, 20. That would have been 20 damage in a single turn. Yeah, GG. Alrighty, into the next one, we got Mandalorian Data Vault. This hand's actually really solid. I do like the resupplies, but no turn 1 play. And only resupplies for a while. I think I'm gonna mulligan, hopefully get something a little bit more powerful. I do like this hand actually quite a bit. Now I have Cassian, but I have no mono green card, so I don't really want to be playing that one on turn 1. And then I think Obi-Wan's gonna be the resource because my expectation is that all of our units are gonna get exhausted. And so blue leader. Blue leader is fantastic here. I'm just gonna slam the blue leader. Just absolutely slam the blue leader. Ambush, knock out the blue squadron fighter. Just seems like a very, very good play here. They can exhaust the battlefield marine, but we can claim and then kill LEIA. Yeah. This is just going fantastic. I mean, I can even play Akbar, give experience token. Yeah, maybe I do that. And if I'm going to do that, I'm not going to have any, I don't need like the timely intervention. Ooh, yeah, let's just go Axe experience token over on blue leader. Oh, wow. I mean, that is a trade. Oh my gosh, this game is going fantastically. Ooh, and we have resupply here, and I can go legal authority. I think even though I really want to play Axe, I think I'm just going to go with the resupply and legal authority on this turn. Let's see what my opponent decides to do here. I can capture something underneath the LEIA, and it's going to be very likely to survive. I mean, my opponent... Yeah, I mean, they can do that all day of the week. Let's go with resupply. Bamboozle, huh? Are they gonna... Okay. Let's go ahead and deploy LEIA. Let's go legal authority on LEIA. Oh, wait. This thing has... Ignore me. I'm just slightly trolling. It's fine. It just ignore me. I am slightly trolling. It's fine. It's totally fine. It's totally fine. I just wanted the extra power, of course. I just wanted the extra power. I mean, come on now. Let's be honest, guys. I wasn't actually looking to capture the Han Solo. I don't know why I was thinking I was thinking I was gonna attack with Leia. So she's gonna be 5 power with the reinforced walker. Then I can legal authority. But then I missequenced it and I didn't get to capture the Han. So a little bit unfortunate there with my just a little bit of a missequence there. My opponent was claimed initiative, so I was like, oh, that's fine. Yeah, they can bamboozle, get rid of some experience tokens. That is totally fine. We're just going to go Luke, kill the Han here. We're going to have timely reinforcement here in a couple of turns. My opponent... Unveiled Might, huh? That's cool. That's pretty sick. I like the game plan there. That was pretty cool. They can knock out the Admiral Akbar, but honestly, it doesn't really matter. Bamboozle in the main deck, not super uncommon, but definitely pretty good against us with the legal authority and everything. Ooh, interesting. I didn't actually expect them to hit the Luke. We'll just kill Mandalorian off, I guess. And we'll see what they have to follow up. And we're going to drop a reinforcement walker here, keep resourcing. We have the Cassian legal authority in hand. Kamogla heavy fighter. I mean, I guess I'll just take 3 to base because I'm just going to attack with Luke and restore the 3. And then I guess we'll see what my opponent does. The Mandalorian. I mean, I could capture it next turn. Not this turn, but next turn. Because I can go ahead and yoink or put an experience token over on like the reinforcement walker, for example. Another legal authority. Well, I think that this game's getting pretty close to like completely over, if it wasn't already. Outmaneuver. Sick. I'm just gonna play another reinforcement walker. They can exhaust all my units all day if they want. I mean, we have double reinforcement walker, Luke, Leia, Akbar on our side of the battlefield. They're going to power up their Kamogla heavy fighter, and we're going to see if, I guess, they can get some stuff done, huh? Let's attack. Awesome. Fell the dragon. Great. That's an answer. Smuggling compartment. Cool. Fell. We'll resupply. We'll attack in. We'll draw Bo-Katan. We'll play Chandrillin sponsor. We'll attack. I guess we'll just reveal this, give an experience token over to Leia, and just win the game. G. That one was a pretty one-sided game, to be honest, but good game to my opponent. Alrighty, so what did we learn with Leia? Honestly, it was a really fun deck. We didn't get to see some of the cards that I was really hoping to see if they were able to pop off. Cards like Cassian, as an example. We didn't get to see Bo-Katan really do anything because it was just too late in the game, and we were already winning the game by that point for the most part. I do like a few of the kind of minor synergies in this deck. For example, something like Axe Woves can't really be played in REY. I mean, you can play it in REY, but you can't just give it an experience token immediately because it's got the shield token. Whereas this, you can make it a 5/5 shielded, which is really, really interesting. And that also applies to cards like Sabine's Masterpiece and a Blue Leader or Battlefield Marine and these types of cards, or Lothwolf, right? Some of the cards just get way better than something like a REY. And the reason why I'm comparing it to REY is because you do have Vigilance Heroism Leader that pays 1 to put experience tokens on units, which is very, very similar. And this is also a very similar structure to what you would be running in REY, except, you know, we wouldn't be running things like Legal Authority oftentimes and Protect the Pod and some of these like mono-colored cards, the solid green cards I'm playing because I want that mix of being able to go ahead and have those opposite aspects so that I can put experience tokens on things. So a little bit of an interesting deck building constraint. It does have some power behind it. Leia being able to attack immediately as a 5/8 potentially, similar to like Snoke, is a win con in of itself, but also, you know, acts as a win con, and, you know, having just a bunch of units that have Sentinel and putting a bunch of experience tokens on them is just really obnoxious. And Alliance Dispatcher on turn 1, especially with things like Yaddle and Adi Gallia and Secretive Sage and Karis running around right now, I was thinking this would be a little bit better as a 2/3. Turns out it did end up doing some work. Now, some games it should have probably died, but that's besides the point. It did do some work. But this is a solid list. There's nothing really like too special about LEIA, to be honest. It's more of just like one of those value-oriented lists. I think the biggest thing harming LEIA is that even though she does deploy and can potentially become a 5/8 and put experience tokens on other things, REY, despite having, 2 less power, 1 less toughness, has Restore 3. And Restore 3 is incredibly powerful. That really does put a damper on things. So, interesting trade-off. I think there are options for both. I do think that LEIA is interesting to go with just because of the kind of unique deck building options. Data Vault, is this the place to be? I'm not 100% sure. Obviously, Resupply, Timely, both very, very solid cards that I really, really do want to be playing. But, I've kind of considered some options for like Double Vigilance. The only problem with Double Vigilance is that you'd have to run like off aspect cards in your deck. But, like LEIA Red, LEIA Yellow, there's some options there. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Thanks for watching, everyone, and I'll see you all for the next one.